Hi everyone. Um, Thank you for coming here today. Today we're gonna have a little bit of a comfy video. I'm gonna try to not make much noise because I don't know if you can listen, but my chair is making some noise. I probably need to put some oil in it or something. She kinda annoys me. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm gonna try to stop it. Just stop it. Anyway, my little flame wisps, thank you so much for coming. Today we're gonna have a comfy video in which I answer some of your questions. Like I asked you all to give me some questions you are curious about on Twitter and on YouTube, and then I gathered them all here, and now I'm gonna try to answer them the best I can. I'm sorry for the delay in this video. My in real life stuff is not like going that well, but today I'm actually in a good mood, so I think we're gonna have fun today. Yeah. So today I will reveal all my deep and dark secrets to you. They are not that deep and not that dark because you guys were extremely nice with the questions you made. So it's not like that bad, but I truly hope that this video makes you get to know me a bit better. Some people told me how can we know if we like you or if we don't like you when we don't even know you that well? And those people are actually right. They are right because I know that the content I have been making, especially the singing one, well, it may show you some of my tastes and interests in music, but it doesn't show much about myself or about my personality. So I think this video is going to be great so that we can get to know each other a little bit better. Yeah. So let's start. Shall we? Whee! I put this stupid little animation, little silly animation of pages turning. It's my favorite PowerPoint animation. I know it's pretty average, but I like it. So the first question I'm gonna answer today is from Mako. And Mako asks, what was your inspiration for your model? First, in fact, there are two questions here. I'm gonna answer them separately. So, what was your inspiration for your model? Well, my model, well, it started with me knowing I wanted to be a mystical creature. I love mythology and I love folklore and folk tales, so I always knew my model would not be an average human or an average anime trope. So I always had that feeling. I like a lot of mythologies, a lot of different myths, but for some reason, I'm not sure if it was about watching some TV shows like Supernatural or reading some books. I think there was one that was called Hush Hush when I was younger. But fallen angels always interested me since I was a child. And once when I was in a college classroom, in a college class, my professor talked about how there is kind of a connection between Lucifer, which is Satan, right? One of the fallen angels, and Prometheus. I think that's how we say it in English, yeah. Because Lucifer's name kind of means or is related to light and fire. Prometheus, I'm not sure if you guys know the story, but he was a titan, if I'm not mistaken, that brought fire to humanity. He stole the fire from the Greek gods to give it to humanity. In fact, fallen angels are, if we follow this theory, the fact that Lucifer wanted to betray God, like Prometheus betrayed the Greek gods, was actually something to help humanity, or to be closer to humanity, or to bring a little bit of some kind of divine power to humanity. In fact, like, I love Christian mythology, and we all know that, like, the red apple actually represents knowledge of good and evil, and before that, humanity was pure, and humanity became less pure after acquiring knowledge, and fire and light also represent knowledge in most, if not all, myths and cultures. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't believe fallen angels are as dark and as mean and as terrible as some people may say. There's lots of ways to interpret their fall, and even in the name of the one we can call Satan, right? Like, even in Lucifer's name, there's some clues that hint towards a deeper story and a deeper meaning and a more complex relationship between God and humans, and angels that betrayed God. So I also really like the concept of, like, light versus darkness, and fallen angels are kind of perfect for that concept, because we're talking about divine beings that were created by God to be, like, extremely powerful and pure, but at the same time, if they fell because of their sins, or because they tried to help humans in a way they shouldn't, which is actually also a sin, hubris, or hubris, I'm not sure how you say it in English, but it's like that sin in which humans try to become gods, or try to ascend and be closer to what a god will be, and that is kind of being arrogant, and gods usually don't like that. Greek gods hate that. Like with that great Icarus story, I don't know if you guys know, the one where he tries to fly and touch the sun, or he flies too high. He was trying to get too high, and his wings end up burning because he tried to fly too high, too closer to the Olympian gods. Yeah. So I really like fallen angels. I love the duality in them, the fact that they are angels but they are also seen as evil, the fact that we can see them as demons that hate humanity, or we can see them as Prometheus that brought the fire to humanity and was actually trying to help humanity so that humanity was a bit more powerful and not at mercy of the gods. I really like their duality. So I almost immediately knew I wanted to create a model that was inspired by fallen angels, but I also knew that I wanted a bit of a more complex concept, because I know like there's a lot of VTubers, a lot of different VTubers, and if you don't have like a unique concept, it's a bit hard to stand out. And I knew my concept wasn't that great. Like fallen angels, everyone can become a fallen angel. So I decided, no, I need to combine this idea with one more. So I decided to create an hybrid, and I spent some time, as we're gonna talk about it later, trying to decide which would be my other half of the hybrid. And well, because I love like cuteness and fluffiness and animal ears and animal tails, I pretty quickly realized I wanted to be an animal, and I had some options in mind. But the one that stood out to me the most and that I thought was best fitting for my personality was a fox. First, because foxes appear in a lot of folk tales and animal tales, and they have a lot of different meanings. They are symbols for a lot of different things, and they are very much adored in Asian folklore, especially Japanese folklore. So I decided my model will be a fox. I'm not ordinary fox, so I'm not like an animal you can find in this world easily. I'm a celestial kitsune, which means I'm a celestial fox. I'm like not really a god, more like a yokai, a spirit, I guess. Yeah. So my model has the combinations of kitsune and fallen angel. So I have wings, dark wings, which can't fly because they hurt a lot. They feel like they are constantly burning. Because they are cursed, right? Like I'm a descendant of a fallen angel, so all fallen angels were cursed by God because they betrayed God. So my wings are not functional, so I can't actually fly. And I have my ears and tails of a kitsune. Being a kitsune also allows me to change forms, so I can turn into a little fox. And if I had more practice, which I don't, I could like just shapeshift and become anything I want. So for the colors and the overall appearance of my model, my major inspiration was one of my favorite characters of all time, which is Yona from Akatsuki no Yona. The reason I chose her was because, first of all, I love her colors. I love her hair. I love her purple eyes. I love her face. She's adorable. And also, she's pretty, like, not the purple eyes, obviously. She's pretty close to how I look in real life. Her hair, her wavy hair is like mine. And her eyes are purple. The ones in my model right now are purple, because my model is like a pre-made one, which I edited and customized so it could look more a bit like the character I want to portray. But yeah, actually my eyes, my model's eyes, my future model's eyes will change colors, like, because the purple eyes are connected to magic. My magic is related to spiritual fire, as you guys already know. That's why you are my little flame wisps, and spiritual fire is purple. So when I am using magic, my eyes turn purple. And usually on streams, my eyes can turn purple when I'm trying to captivate you, because I have kind of a charming magic, a kind of magic to like captivate you, which kitsunes tend to have. But when I'm not using my magic, my eyes are green, and that's why in a lot of my singing videos or in a lot of the art I post with the avatar creators and stuff, my eyes are green because I can have both colors. My natural eyes are green, my eyes using magic are purple. So yeah, I really love Yona from Akatsuki no Yona, not only because of her design, which is lovely, but also because she's probably, yeah, I will say she's like the best, how do I say this, like the character in which I saw most character development in all anime so far. She is a character that I personally despised, totally despised at the beginning of the anime, and she grows like no other, and she's so strong. She becomes so strong, and she grows so much. So you kinda, I at least became really proud of her. Like she tried her best. She grew a lot, and that's wonderful to see and experience. I think it's a bit like the idol experience, right? When you start with someone who isn't like that good, but then you see them grow, and then you watch them become something greater than you could ever imagine. I feel that way about Yona, so I think she was just the perfect fit for for all these reasons. She was the perfect fit as an inspiration for my model. So Aku also asks, and of course, what's your favorite Disney movie? Well, Aku, you gave me some trouble here. I spent a lot of time thinking about this because I love a lot of Disney movies, a lot of the ones that aren't here. I also love, but I had to make decisions, and decisions are hard, but I had to make them. So I decided to pick these four as my main favorite ones. So Alice in Wonderland, Beauty and the Beast, Lady and the Tramp, and Kento. And I can say that there were some others that were almost there, like almost entering this list, which were Nightmare Before Christmas and probably Basil, the Great Mouse Detective, and Atlantis. Yeah, I think those three were very close to enter this list. So let's start from the beginning. I love Alice in Wonderland. I love the original book, and I just love everything about it. I love the nonsense. I love the little playful language quirks. I love the wonder, the childhood wonder in it. I love how creative it is. I just love it, and I love it in almost all the adaptations it has or it ever had, because the original work is so perfect in my eyes that everything that comes from it is usually great. I really love Alice in Wonderland. I think Disney did a great job. It's a charming movie. It keeps the nonsensical and fun and childish nature of the original, and it's just a great, fun, colorful movie which doesn't have a lot of messages because it isn't supposed to have them. That's what Alice in Wonderland is all about. Alice in Wonderland is about letting go of the rules. There's no rules. And that's really freeing and really great and wonderful when you're doing creative works, because, well, you end up with stuff you could never have imagined just because you throw away the rules and you let yourself go. And most people don't experience that after becoming adults. When we are children, when we play, we don't have that many rules. We think stuff can, like, animals can talk, and night can be day, and cold can become hot, and stuff can change, and we don't have many rules as kids, like in our minds, in our creativity, and then we lose that. And Alice in Wonderland preserves that magic of being a child and knowing everything is possible, and like accepting things without questioning them, just accepting how crazy the world can be. And I love that. Yeah, so Beauty and the Beast is probably my favorite love story in Disney. It's a bit hard to say, because Lady and the Tramp and Beauty and the Beast, in my opinion, are the same story. Or kind of the same story. Not exactly, but pretty close. And actually, Aladdin is also kind of the same story. You guys are seeing where I'm going with this. Basically, we're talking about a girl which is extremely kind and extremely, like, beautiful, kind, and a bit sheltered somehow. Belle, not that much, but a bit, just because she self-isolates a lot. But Lady is very sheltered, and actually Yasmin is extremely sheltered too. And we're talking about them versus and finding their true love, their partner, the other half, in someone who is almost the complete opposite. So in case of the Beast, we have a man which is extremely evil and isn't capable of love. And in the case of the Tramp, you have a man who... So Lady is naive and Tramp knows too much about how the world is cruel. And in the Yasmin and Aladdin, it's kind of the same story, right? You have the sheltered little girl and the guy that knows the reality of the world. So actually Aladdin should be here too. So all those three stories have a lot of similarities to me, and I love them all because of the same reason. Like, I don't know why, and this is probably wrong, but that's how I see love and with what I search for. I shouldn't be a person that, like, wants to fix people, but I kind of want to fix people. I just like two opposites, or two people that are very different and that both have, like, problems and flaws, and they come together and they become something greater because they are together. Like, Belle... Meeting Beast made Belle more brave. Or braver, yeah. Meeting Beast made Belle braver. Meeting Beast made Belle also less... Not that she was shallow, but she had to, like, overcome even more the shallow and see inside someone that had, like, an exterior appearance, not only, like, physical, but also the way he acted was really aggressive and really not... She had to look deeper, and give him a chance. I know a lot of people don't like this movie because they think it's like Stockholm Syndrome or something. But I mean, I watched this as a child. For me, I didn't know about that syndrome when I was a child, and I just enjoyed the movie. Also, the little like household objects, the way they are done, the characterized, the way they act, it's just so fun and so creative. The way they all have their own personalities, even when they don't have a lot of screen time, you can sense their personalities just by their voices or the way their character design was done. The music numbers are great. Tell Us All This Time is probably one of my favorite Disney songs too. The Rose and that part in which like there was a magician disguised as an old woman that was tricking the mean prince, like that kind of stuff is very like folktale-y, and I love folktales, so yeah, the idea of the curse and breaking that curse and the rose being a symbol for how for the time that beast had, and at the same time for how dark was his heart or not. And I love that beast becomes so much more selfless by meeting Belle, by spending time with her, by finally finding someone that was patient enough to like look inside him and find some value, and that was also kind enough to like almost like contaminate all the palace with her kindness. And I also love the relationship she has with her father, how much she loves him, how much she is willing to give to be sure he's safe, how brave she is trying to save him. And I obviously love like Wisps library, and I love the fact that Belle loves reading and dreams about living her own story, like, and exploring the world, and she dreams about something more than the simple life she could have in town. And that for me is like great, because when I watched this movie as a child, I was that kid. I was the kid that spent like all the like, I don't know, you call it breaks, right? So all the school breaks, I would spend them like reading books, and I was not allowed to play many computer games when I was a child. Oh, can you hear the dogs? Oh, my neighbor's dogs are mad. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I was that child. I truly was. I loved reading on my own, and just books were my escape. I loved reading fantasy books and just pretending like I was the one living the story and I was the one exploring those fantasy worlds. And it made me feel better about my real life, because I could just forget it for a while and just be happier and live adventures and have fun. Yeah. So I understand Belle's connection with books, and I just love it. I love that she's a princess and loves to read and finds some way of escaping a reality in books, because that was exactly what I did. Lady and the Tramp, I love this movie for several reasons. Some of them are the ones also that make me also like Beauty and the Beast. I don't know why, but I just love like the princess and the princess girl, the sheltered girl, the naive girl, and it's not exactly bad boy, but it kinda is. It's not bad boy, but it's like, it kind of is. It's like that guy that suffered a lot in life and had to learn how to do stuff and be independent and just deal with life and knows a lot about the world, but it's not exactly bad. It may look bad from the outside because he may not follow all the rules, but usually he doesn't follow all the rules because life is very cruel to him and he needs to find a way to survive, which she doesn't have to do. It's exactly the same with Aladdin. Aladdin is not a bad boy. Aladdin is doing what he can to survive, just like Tramp is. Because life was not kind to him. Life, however, was pretty kind to Yasmin. Well, she doesn't have a lot of freedom, like Lady doesn't have a lot of freedom either, but she gives away her freedom and in return she has like a comfortable life, and that's the same with Lady. So they usually are pretty naive, they know nothing about the world, so they kind of complement each other usually in those stories. Lady makes Tramp a little less of a rule breaker, a little more safe, and at the same time Tramp shows Lady the world outside, a whole new world, as Aladdin says. So yeah, in my opinion, like Lady and the Tramp and Aladdin are kind of the same story in a lot of senses. And yeah, also I like Disney movies with animals as protagonists. It's always fun to see animation dealing with animals and the character design of animals and how they make them all also have their personalities. And yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, and I could have chosen Aladdin instead of Lady and the Tramp actually, because I love them both. But Lady and the Tramp, I think I watched it younger, so it's a bit more special to me because it was the first kind of story like this I watched. Also, we have the iconic scene, right, where they are eating like spaghetti, and I love Italian food, and with that Bella Noche song in the background, it's just wonderful. And it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think we see their kids in the end of the movie. It's like the only Disney movie I can remember where the couple actually has kids by the end of the movie. We see like some of the children of some of the princesses and princes of Disney, but usually it's in the sequel. So in this case we see a lot of puppies in the end of the movie, and it's really pretty. I also like how this movie talks about friendship and the connection that Tramp has with his crew and that Lady has with her neighbors. And I don't know, I just feel like it's a great movie to explore like how two worlds can collide and then come together to try to find some balance, because yeah, Tramp's world and Lady's world were pretty opposite, but that's actually what makes them a great couple, I think, because they complement each other. And then in Kento, I had to be here because I love this movie. It's like my favorite Disney movie from the recent ones, and I love this movie because it's a story no one told before, at least not in Disney. And we know that Disney already made a lot of movies about the same thing, as I said, like Beauty and the Beast, Lady and the Tramp, and Aladdin are kind of the same story. But and we have a lot of different stories that touch like the theme and the thematic of princes and princesses, and basically they explore old folk tales, and that's great because I love folk tales. But it's also great when Disney tries to do something new and something of actual value, and I feel like Encanto has so much value because basically Encanto is about generational trauma, and that's a great theme. That's a great theme because a lot of people don't know much about it, or they know and don't talk about it. And this movie explores family dynamics and toxic family dynamics so well and so deeply, and shows how like every single member of the family somehow contributes to the overall crumbling of everything, and how we need people like Mirabel to try to bring to light the truth about what's wrong with the family, and we need her to save the family, because otherwise relationships inside the family collapse, and sometimes people just go away and are never seen again. And well, my family isn't the most healthy one, so it's great for me to see some kind of representation of what not that healthy family looks like. And I think Disney did a great job of like trying to show different personality traits by using powers and magic. So yeah, Mirabel doesn't have a power in my opinion, because she is the most normal one. She's the most sane one in this family. Everyone else has deep-rooted issues, and it's great. It's just great. It's great to see. It's a story about accepting others that are different from us inside the family, and accepting that no one is the true leader and can't control how our family should work, and that we all need to be free to express our individuality in the way we need, and our families should accept us for who we want to become and who we are, and not force us to be something we can't and shouldn't try to be. Yeah. This is a deep movie. It also talks about stuff like perfectionism and the trouble it brings. It talks about feeling as an outcast inside of your own family for not being exactly as others would want you to be. It talks about not feeling special enough compared to other people in your family. It talks about feeling crazy and sometimes emotionally uncontrollable, and because of it feeling like a burden to your family. And it talks about needing to be strong all the time and pretending everything's alright because other people depend on you and see you as some kind of a rock that is always there only to support others and never needs help. So everything. And it also talks about the fear of change, the fear of letting people become something they need to be, but you just giving up control. Yeah. This movie is very deep. Encanto is a great movie, and I think if you don't want to watch like the classics because you feel like I don't know, the old stories are too simple because they follow like folktale tropes or something, I think you should watch Encanto. I think it has a great message for all families today. And I feel like this happens in my family, so I'm not sure, maybe I'm biased, but yeah, this movie spoke to me, and I feel like a lot of people and a lot of other families would love it. So, King Wolf asked, what type of fox are you? If you don't mind me asking, because there are many types of fox. And as we already answered this, kinda, I'm not actually a real fox, like a real world fox. I'm a spiritual fox. I'm a celestial kitsune, also known as Kento, which is a good fox in Japanese folklore. So there are foxes that trick people and that are mean in Japanese folklore, but actually, like in my concept, the fallen angel part is the evil one, is the darkness one, and the kitsune part is the good one. It's the one that tries to help people. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, celestial kitsunes and kentos, like there are statues of them, and they are connected to a god, a Japanese god, or some kind of important entity, and they actually protect villages and protect people. So that's the kind of fox I am. Supposedly, I should have at least 3 tails. In foxes, in kitsunes, in Japanese folklore, the number of tails is connected to their age and their power. And I'm not a very powerful fox, so I think the max was like 9 or 12. I need to be sure of that, but I'm just like 3 tails. 3 tails is my max right now. So let's keep going, shall we? So moving on, Green asks, do you have a favorite go-to game to play or a comfort game? Well, let's answer this question first. Favorite game to play? This is a bit hard to answer, actually, because my favorite game to play is a game I don't play that often. It is World of Warcraft. It's my favorite game of all times, because it's amazing. It's so huge, and it gives you so many possibilities. You can almost become anything, and you can experience the game however you like. You can solo through it, you can only do quests, you can try to do collections and achievements, you can solo dungeons and raids, or you can try to join a party and raid with other people and go to dungeons with other people. You can even decide to not fight and be a pacifist and try to level up with just your professions, like being a herbalist or something. Like, it's a game that gives you a lot of freedom, as a very interesting lore, a world that is so huge. It's actually not a world. There are already like 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe more. I'm not sure if Dragonflight is another world or not, because I haven't played that expansion yet. But yeah, you have a lot of possibilities. The content is almost never ending. Like, I'm sure I could waste years and years and years and years of my life playing this game. And the only reason I don't do it's because obviously you need to pay for a subscription, and because I have in real life responsibilities, I usually only pay for the subscription when I'm pretty sure I have time to play, which doesn't happen that often. So I usually only buy like 2 or 3 months of subscription time a year for World of Warcraft. That may change someday if I have less work to do, or if I feel like it's okay to spend that money even if I don't use it like fully. But I need to consider that. World of Warcraft, however, is a very special game for me because every time I play it, I feel happier. I just feel happier. I just belong in that game. I don't know why, but I belong in that game. I love the fact that first I love MMORPGs. It was the first kind of game I ever played that was not educational and that was not like flash games. So MMORPGs are really important to me and they are dying. A lot of them are disappearing and we don't get them anymore. So World of Warcraft surviving is very, very important to me. I love that it keeps going. It keeps growing with its expansions, and I hope it never ends. I know someday it will, but I hope it doesn't. And yeah, I really love cute stuff. I love collections, so hunting for mounts, hunting for pets, hunting for transmogs is something I really like to do. I'm also a completionist, so having so many achievements to do is great for me. I love quests, and I like good lore. I don't read all the quests all the time, but I enjoy good lore, and sometimes if the quest line is interesting enough, I read it all. I love mages and I love magicians in general, and World of Warcraft is probably the MMORPG where you have like most variety of ranged and of magicianese classes. Like you have mages, which are obviously my main ones, then you have warlocks, which are also cool, and I'm not even talking about the specializations later in the game. My main used to be, if you guys are interested, my main used to be a Frost Mage Draenei. I love Draeneis, they are my favorite race. I like Pandarans too, but I love Draeneis. And I like Blood Elves and Night Elves too. So I lost myself. Mages, yeah. So you have mages, you have warlocks, you have shamans, you have monks, you have druids. What am I missing? You have priests, which can be shadow priests, so they can be like, yeah, they can deal magic damage too. So you have a lot of ranged classes and a lot of possibilities, and I think that's pretty rare in most MMORPGs. You usually have one mage, one priest, and that's it. And World of Warcraft like allows you to explore a lot. Oh, did I say druids? I think I did, yeah. I don't know, you have a lot of possibilities in World of Warcraft that I feel like you don't get anywhere else. There's also a race I haven't unlocked yet, which is Vulpera, if I'm not mistaken, which are like little foxes, which I really love too. And now there are the dragons. I'm not sure how they're called, Dragonary maybe. Which I haven't played because I don't own the Dragonflight expansion. I played a bit a couple of months ago. I almost finished the Shadowlands expansion because it is like free right now to play. So I almost finished it. I'm almost at the end, and I really enjoyed it. And every time I play World of Warcraft, it's just a joy for me. So that's my favorite game to play. However, I don't play it that often. So the game I play most often is probably League of Legends, because I started playing it. It was one of my first games. and definitely the first game I took very seriously. I started playing when I was around 16, if I'm not mistaken, 15, 16 probably, and yeah, I spent my teen years and my college years playing it a lot, and I love this game. I know a lot about it. I may not be great at it, but I know a lot about it and I love it deeply, because it was just a huge part of my life growing up, especially in my teenage years and my college years, and I just it's very like special to me. I am a bit burned out of the game because I spent a long time playing it. So right now I usually play it a lot, but like only items. And sometimes special rotative modes when they show up. I played a bit of arena. It's rare for me to go to Summoner's Rift now. Sometimes I do, but it's only normal games. I used to play a lot of ranked games. I was never like really into ranked because I'm a very anxious person, and my problems, like my health conditions, would get very bad while playing ranked games in League of Legends. So I only truly played ranked seasons like in 3 or 4 seasons, something like that, and then I stopped and didn't play ranked anymore. It's also because I kind of hit a wall and I got really mad. Like before Emerald was a thing, before even I don't know if there's another tier now, but when you only had like bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, master, and then above, I went to promos to I was in plat 1, right? And I went to promos to diamond like 2 or 3 times and I lost them, and I got so mad about that. So I never reached diamond, which was kind of something I would like to have done, but I didn't. So I didn't reach diamond, and I just thought like I was becoming too... The game wasn't fun anymore for me, and it was hurting a bit my mental health and my physical health too, because they are connected. So I decided to just stop ranked entirely. And actually I have been way happier since then, and I enjoy the game way more now when I play it. Just because I don't feel the same pressure. I don't feel pressure to play my best champions all the time. I try new stuff, I try crazy stuff sometimes, and it's just more fun this way. So the game I play the most when I don't know what to play is usually League of Legends, and usually ARAM, which is like a game mode where you don't get to pick your character and they just give you a random character to play with. Yeah, I wish Twisted Tree Line and Dominion were still here because I love those game modes, but they're not, so that's what we have now. So, and comfort game. Well, my 2 main comfort games are Slime Rancher, which is a game I usually play when I feel very depressed, just because everything about the game, the colors, the slimes, the noises that slimes make, everything, the storyline, the gameplay is just so adorable and so mind-numbing that it just kind of cures my depression, I feel like. So yeah, Slime Racer, I love it. I played the first one and I played the second one already too, and it's just a good game when you're feeling down, because it's just so adorable. It's very adorable. It is very easy. It doesn't like make you feel too frustrated, so, and you just can listen to cute slimes doing cute things and cute noises and pooping crystals, and you can mix and match and create like very cool looking slimes. It's just a great game. I love it. And I also like exploring, so exploring the world is also very fun for me. Yeah. And Fall Guys. Fall Guys, I have a lot to say about it. No, I don't have a lot, but I love Fall Guys. Like, Fall Guys is a great game. I love it because it feels like you are in an amusement park all the time. Like, I feel like if I was a child, my interior child loves Fall Guys because it just looks so fun. It has everything, like the carnivals, the bouncing castles, the amusement parks, everything you could have ever wanted as a child. You can experience that, and then in an even greater scale in Fall Guys. I also find it funny how some of the challenges in Fall Guys kind of look like the Squid Game ones. But it's like cute Squid Game. It's like not deadly and not scary Squid Game. And I love the character designs of the beans. I love the costumes of the beans. The game is extremely colorful. I feel like I can't play Fall Guys for long because I get a bit bored after a while, but it's a great game to play when you're tired after work or when you're tired after school and just want to decompress and laugh a little and see cute stuff and make your interior child happy. Because yeah, Fall Guys makes me feel really good, really good, especially because most of the things I love in Fall Guys, like, I couldn't experience actually as a child, so it's very special to me to just bounce around and have fun. And I love amusement parks and carnivals and bouncy castles, and I love all of that aesthetic. So yeah, Fall Guys is perfect as a comfort game for me. And more recently, I started playing Holocure, and I probably will try to, like, I'm not sure, but I would like my first stream to be Holocure. Not because I'm good at it, but because I feel like the game is a bit mind-numbing, so it's easy to talk while playing it. And also because maybe that will give me the chance to talk a bit about how much I love Hololive. But yeah, right now I have a lot of characters yet to unlock. I only played a couple of hours of Holocure. I really enjoyed it. It's the first time I play a game with this kind of gameplay. It actually reminds me a bit of Bullet Hell, which I only experienced a bit in Undertale. So but I'm loving this gameplay, and I actually feel like this gameplay is great for a gamer like me. Like, it just fits me so right. It just fits me right. It's more about strategy than pure skill, I feel like. Yeah. So I really like it. And I played a lot with Amelia, and I played a lot with Iris. I prefer probably Amelia, but I like Iris too, and I really like Iris' design. As you may have noticed, my design is not inspired by her, because I have the idea of my model design earlier than Iris showed up, but I love her. Like, I love her concept, and I love her design, and her new design is great. So yeah, I'm a bit sad because I haven't unlocked my Oshi yet, which is Fauna. But well, that only gives me more reasons to play the game with you and try to unlock Fauna. Yeah, I got so many skins for Bay, and I don't know why. I don't want Bay, I want Fauna, but they keep giving me stuff for Bay. I don't know what to do. Like, Bay is okay, but Bay is not my favorite. I'm a little bit mad about that. And Green also asks, do you have any pets or pets you might want to have in the future? So, yes, I do have a cat. His name is Timo, which is a name of a character from League of Legends, which is a little yordle that is very cute and very annoying. And actually probably a little bit psycho and evil, and I think my cat just fits that description perfectly because he is very cute, you can't deny that, but he is also kind of evil, I think. Yeah, I love him. I love Timo. I call him Timo or Tito or Titinho sometimes, and yeah, he is my cat and he lives with me. I have 2 other cats, which are not actually mine. One of them was, but the other one is my sister's cat, and they live with my parents and my sister. One of them is called Sophie, which is my sister's one. And the other one, which was the one I have, is called Miyuna, which is a name I took and I decided to give her after watching the anime Nazi no Asukara, which I loved a lot. It's one of my favorite animes ever. It has like beautiful soundtrack, beautiful visuals, and it's a great story about friendship and just relationships between humans and growing up, and it's a beautiful anime. And I called my cat Miyuna. She's pretty similar to Timo. Timo is kind of like this cat you're seeing here is a tabby one. Is gray. It has like black stripes. It has a little bit of white in it too. It looks permanently scared. I don't know why. He has like green yellowish eyes, and yeah, it's like a it doesn't have like a race or anything. It's like a stray. It's like common European or something. Yeah, Miyuna is kind of similar to him. She has a little bit more of like orangish tones in her, but or copperish, I think. And she is older and fatter and meaner. And yeah, she doesn't live with me despite being mine, because she is very attached to my father, and I could not, like, when I left home, when I left my parents' home to live alone, I could not, like, separate her from my father. It would be like I would crush both of their hearts. Yeah. And Sophie, I didn't describe her, but my sister's cat, she's like black and white. She looks like a cow. Oh, and she has like one eye blue and the other one green. So she has 2 colored eyes. It's really Atrochromia, I think that's the name. Yeah. Yeah, that one is really kind and soft and just chill. It's a great cat. So those are my pets right now. I don't know what the future will bring. I would like to live on a farm someday. That's one of my dreams. So I would like to have like a black sheep and bunnies. I think that those are the main animals I want to have, like black sheep, bunnies. But I also probably will have chickens and maybe some goats. Yeah, when I live on my farm. And about dogs, I'm not sure. Like, I had a dog growing up. His name was Biscoito, which means cookie in English. And it was very sweet, but I never liked dogs that much because they are too energetic for me. Like, I'm a bit lazy and chill and low energy, and I can't keep up with a dog. I just can't. And I don't know, I like, as I said, mythology and stuff like that, and I loved Egyptian mythology growing up, so cats are just sacred beings. They are very special to me, like even as symbols, and they are fascinating creatures. It's so cool to have like a little predator in your home. Dogs are cute, and I know they love you like very deeply, or at least they are devoted, but I don't like them as much. They're cute, but probably not for me. If I had a dog, I would like one like the one that Lily Pichu has. I really like Lily Pichu. She was like the first content creator I actually followed online, like the first streamer, and even though I started by watching her YouTube, yeah, she made a lot of content about League of Legends, so I kind of grew up with her a bit, and I really like her dogs, which are Pomeranians, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that would be a cute race to have of dogs. Cute. Oh, it's not race. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm saying race and it's not. It may be breed. I think it is dog breed. Yeah, because in my country, like race or dog breed, it's the same as like the word is like raça, which is pretty similar to race, and it's used for both animals and humans. So maybe I said it wrong. It's not race, it's breed. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It wasn't my intention. I hope no one gets offended by that, because it wasn't my intention. Okay, I'm just like not a native speaker. Emerald asks, I was curious, would you ever do the Fox Girl tweets you used to do ever again? I'm not sure what else to ask. I'm bad with asking questions. First of all, Emerald, you're not bad at asking questions. I like your question. I think it's a great question. It is a question related to my content, and that's important. Yes, I will do more Fox Girl tweets like that and other content similar to that. The Fox Girl tweets are like roleplays in which I create a point of view scenario and I interact with you by role-playing as the little fox girl in this example. I am very interested in role plays. I love role playing, so I will do more content related to that, not only in tweets but also in videos. Okay, so I hope you look forward to it. Okay. Thank you. So let's keep going. Paul Bunyan asks, your question, what is your alignment? Lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful evil, chaotic good, chaotic neutral, or chaotic evil? So, I did a test to confirm this because I know like what this is. I know this is related to Dungeons and Dragons. I played Dungeons and Dragons a couple of times before, not a lot, like 3 or 4 sessions maybe, and I really enjoyed it, but soon after that I kind of lost the people I was playing with. We went our own ways, so we couldn't play together anymore. They moved to different places and we weren't playing online, we were playing like in real life, so it just ended up ending there. Also, the DM, the Dungeon Master, also stopped being available to guide us, so yeah, that ended up not working that well, but I would love to play Dungeons and Dragons again. In that game, I remember I chose chaotic good as my alignment, if I'm not mistaken. And so, yeah, that was what I chose for the character at that time. But I'm not sure what I am, so I decided to do a quiz, and I did, and these were the results, as you can see. Apparently, I'm lawful neutral, which is extremely boring, and I'm pretty close to being a true neutral or a lawful good too, as you can see. by the results. I don't know if this quiz is very accurate, but here you go. The cool stuff here, I think, is the evil one, which had 0 points, which is pretty fun. But yeah, good and neutral are kinda almost tied, and then low and neutral are almost tied as well, and then chaos, it's like a tiny little bit. I thought I would be more chaotic. I'm a bit surprised I'm not more chaotic. I know why I'm neutral and not good, because even though I think I do some good stuff, like I'm like, one of my flaws is being a bit selfish sometimes, so I know I'm not perfect and I know I'm selfish, so I could not be like true good, I think. But I was expecting to be more chaotic. But apparently no. Apparently I'm more like a rule follower or something. Maybe that's because of my insecurity too. Sometimes I feel like I need to obey the rules even when I don't agree with them, just to not upset anyone. Because I'm insecure and I don't want people to hate me. Also, isn't Fauna so cute dancing there? I put her there first because she's my Oshi, and second because she's like introducing my future content plans, and since she's one of my inspirations, I just put her there dancing because why not? So, Paul Bunyan also asks, serious question, what are your plans moving forward for future content? Will there be any chances for actual streams or strictly vids and shorts? So, I'm gonna answer the second one first. I will do stream and video / shorts content. I will do both in the future. I just am not able to promise or give you a specific date of when the streams will start, because that depends on my physical health, which is going through some troubles right now, and my mental health is also connected to that. So I need to like make sure my body is able to handle the pressure of being on stream before I try streaming like for sure, because otherwise it's gonna be true suffering for me and you and everyone. Okay, so yeah, future content plans. So for videos and shorts, I'm thinking about doing ASMR content, soft speaking and words of affirmation, and usually, if not all the time, related to roleplay. I love roleplay, I love writing scripts, I love creating characters and worlds and stories, so I think I'm gonna love roleplaying, and I want to like combine that with a bit of encouragement with the words of affirmation and a bit of stuff to make you relax and feel good, which ASMR and soft speaking are great for that. I will probably not do streams of ASMR because I'm really scared of hurting your ears. I'm not like an ASMR expert at all. I haven't even tried to do it once, so I'm still learning, and I would only do ASMR streams if I was ever like truly comfortable with ASMR. So that's not a plan for like soon as a stream, but it is a plan for soon as videos and shorts. Okay, then also as videos and shorts, I was thinking about making top X content, like to show like my favorite stuff and give some recommendations of anime and games and books and movies and series and I don't know, Alive Girls. I don't know. I really liked her lists and tops, so that kind of content I think could work very well as a video. So I'm thinking about that. When I I want to get more in depth about a specific game or a specific anime or a specific movie or series I really enjoy, I can do that on video too, as a review. And in that case, the video is going to like deep dive, whereas the tops is more like, these are my favorites, these are the reasons why, or these are the best in this category and these are the reasons why. The reviews are more like focused on one single like thing, or like one single object, like one game, one anime, one movie, and I will try to research a lot about them, to try to deeply understand them. I really love like analyzing art pieces and artworks, and so I was actually used to doing that in college, so I would love to do that kind of content, which I know will be a content that takes a lot of work to do, and a lot of research, and a lot of planning, and a lot of scripting. So it's a harder content to do, but I really am looking forward to try to do it. Also, as videos and shorts, I'm going to keep on practicing my singing in English, but I also want to sing some Portuguese songs. I know you guys won't understand the language, but I will probably add subtitles so that you can understand it. And also, I think it's a good way to show off a bit of like my native language, which is, in my opinion, it's pretty, and it also deserves some space in the internet, I think. So then you can like get to know a bit of our songs and our music and our culture, and I think that's great too, and very enriching for all of us. So I'm planning on doing that too soon. Also, my grandma wants to listen to recordings of me singing in Portuguese, because I showed her some of the English videos and she was like, wow, yeah, I think you're singing very well, but like, I wish I could understand what you're saying, my grandma says. So I don't know, I would like to sing for her too. I think this is a bit of a silly reason, but yeah, my grandma asked, so I'm gonna sing in Portuguese too sometimes, okay? You can't say no to Nanny. Nanny or Granny? Granny. Yeah. So about streams. So I'm gonna do like content which is both in streams and videos of gameplay, as I have been doing, just chatting, a bit like what we're doing today, but with, obviously, if it's a stream, it will have a chat interaction, right? I would like to showcase some of my collections. I have a lot of collections of very different categories. I have figurines from anime and some from games. I have a lot of plushies from Disney and from games and from Sanrio and other brands, like Squishmallows too. I have a lot of Pokemon plushies too. I have some collections which are a bit weirder. Some are of books, but other which aren't that weird. But then I have like little statues and stuff like that. I don't know. I just think that showing off my collections is a great way to talk about some of the stuff I love and give you the chance to get to know me a bit better and understand why I love specific things. Yeah, I think it will be fun. Also, I am really excited about the idea of reading stories to you, like books, creepypastas, fanfictions, which can be fanfictions like that you write about me, and you can self-insert, I'm okay with that, or that you write about the Flame Wisps community. And I also would like to share like my own stories with you, because I love writing. I write a lot. Nowadays not that much because I don't have as much time as I used to, but I have a lot of stuff already written and ready to be translated by me and shared with you. So yeah, I would like to share some of my creations with you. I hope you're kind about that, because they are very close to my heart. They are very special to me, and I hope you enjoy them. Yeah. So yeah, if you have any book suggestions, creepypasta suggestions, like fun fictions you would like me to read, just feel free to comment that, and I will take a look and see what I can do. Because the idea of reading stuff for you, it just fascinates me, because I want to learn to speak better in English, and I also I love reading, so I love knowing, getting to know new stories and just experiencing new art forms and new worlds and new characters. So yeah, it's gonna be very fun. Another thing we could do is learn about mythology and literature together. Some of the stuff I already know, because I love mythology and literature, but some others we can just enjoy together and learn together. I really want to analyze all the myths from different cultures, get to know their customs and their beliefs and why they believe in that, and the connections between the different cultures and the different beliefs and the different symbols. Sometimes analyzing symbols is really interesting, because I'm not sure I'm gonna say something from the top of my head. I'm not sure exactly which culture I'm referring to, but I know, for example, that the serpent, the snake, in Christian cultures and in Western cultures, usually the snake is connected to evil, right? She represents evil, and you can see that in the Bible. But the snakes, usually in Asian cultures, a lot of the times actually represent, or Eastern cultures I rather say, a lot of the times can and do represent health, and I just think that's amazing. How can a single symbol be so contradicting depending on the place of the world you're in? And also, this is an example of a contradiction, but sometimes people that never contacted with each other come up to the same conclusions, and just write very similar stories, or tell very similar stories that after a while get written, but they start usually by telling, right? Families will tell to the children, and they will just gather around the fire and tell stories, and those stories sometimes have very similar structures and symbols and messages, even when the people we're talking about are from opposite places of the world. And I just think that's amazing how humans, there's something in our minds that makes us come up with the same stuff, even when we don't contact with each other. And that also means that we probably have some similarities in the way we perceive things and we interpret things, and I think that's great. So yeah, that's an option. I was also thinking about making streams in which I teach you Portuguese. I could teach you some words, some expressions, some simple sentences, maybe to read a little paragraph or something. I don't know if you are interested in that, but I would like to share a bit of my culture and a bit of my language with you. And I think learning, I love learning, and I think giving you a chance to learn something new, even if it's not useful, it is fun. It is fun to practice new things and to learn. Talking about practice, I also not only want to practice singing, but I would also like to practice drawing, and I will do that in streams and video content. I already have a drawing tablet, which I haven't used that much yet, and I would really love to try using it more. And I was thinking of like drawing fan arts for other VTubers. I enjoy drawing some Alive girls. I would like to maybe draw for you, like some requests you have. Maybe draw a bit of the flame wisps. I don't know, just try to like learn how to draw and practice. So, as I said, I really like writing, so writing a story or poem with you, I think it's a great idea. Just building something together with you, I think it could work, and it will be very fun to do. And, well, I'm not ready for this yet, but someday I will do karaoke, so streaming karaoke, and I hope it goes well. I will need to practice hard for this, because obviously I only have one take to make it right, and sometimes the hardest part is not even like hitting the right notes. For me, it's remembering the lyrics or how to pronounce them, because since English is not my native language, sometimes it's hard. Yeah. But yeah, as you can see, I have a lot of plans, and I have plans for both forms, so live content and non-live content. Obviously, almost, if not all, of my live content will also be non-live content, because I will put the VODs up. Probably I will turn VODs into shorts, like little clips, but I might do shorts, like isolated shorts that are created just to be shorts. And yes, I will do some live content as soon as I am able to do it. Just don't expect like ASMR in that live content, because I'm not able to do it like properly yet. And I will probably be more comfortable doing it like pre-recorded on video, and also like reviews and stuff that just requires more like in-depth research. I think it's best to do as a video. Moving on. So Alice asks, why did you want to try being a VTuber? So this question is a bit hard to answer, because it's more like I always wanted to become a content creator someday, but I didn't like the idea of exposing myself too much to the world, because I'm a shy person, and I have insecurities, and I don't like being on camera, and I know that maybe I don't act like the right way I should, so I just don't feel safe, or I don't feel like myself when I am on camera. And being a VTuber, I feel kind of frees me and allows me to be more like myself, because I'm not that shy anymore, because I'm not actually on camera, it's just like tracking my movements, so I feel safer and more relaxed. Yeah. Also, I always loved role playing, and the idea of being able to become an anime girl and like a mythical creature too, it's just a dream come true, actually. And why did I want to become a content creator? Well, that's mainly because content creation, first of all, I don't know if I'm very creative, but I am creative. I like creating stuff. I always have created stuff since I was a child. I like it a lot, especially writing. I write a lot, so I always enjoyed creating. And I also want to share like my thoughts and what I do with the world. I want people to see it and enjoy it, if possible, and help me become better. So, and I was kind of saved by content creation, I feel like all art forms and all the content that exists in the world is probably the only reason why I'm here still today. And a lot of other VTubers, like Fauna, were really important for me because they kept me company and they made me feel safe and loved and hopeful in dark times. So I really want to give back and just be able to be that person for other people. Just give back what I was given. Because I was given a lot of great content, a lot of content that I love, and a lot of content that made me smile, and that made me healthier, and that made me just hope for better days. And I want to be that light to other people. I want other people to feel like they have a reason to just do something, like even if it's just opening YouTube and listening to one of my silly songs, if that makes them do something in that day, it's really important because a lot of people are suffering a lot and they need help and they need company and they need support and they need love and they need to smile. And yeah, content creation is important to protect people, to save people from suffering, from mental suffering, from isolation, from it's not like a cure, but it is something that can help, I think, and that's why it is so important to me to do this. Then Alice asks about your model. What is the reason for said model? Well, the model I have currently is a pre-made one, so it is not my like final design. The reason is because I don't have the money to afford a better one right now that is like specifically originally made for me. I will try to commission an artist and have my own models someday. Right now I'm using this one and that is pre-made and I customized it just for convenience reasons and so that I can start practicing and start creating content even without having like the proper funds to like have my own specific model. Do you have any specific goals? So, just saying that, yeah, my model, I already talked about like the concepts and the inspiration, so I think that part is already covered, right? So, do you have any specific goals? Well, I listed here some of my goals. I want to learn how to draw and sing better, so I want to practice those two skills because those two skills are skills I really admire in other people. I love art and I want to be able to do more artistic works and more artistic stuff and just express myself better. And I really want to learn how to sing better, so I can sing my favorite songs and just feel more comfortable with my voice and just learn how to use it better. And I also love the idea of drawing, especially because I already write a lot, so if I could draw my own characters, if I could like actually turn the vision I have in my head of them into like life on paper, I think it will be like a great skill to have and I will be so excited to like do that. Then one of my goals is to learn how to do good ASMR. I haven't tried this yet, and I really love ASMR because it kind of heals my anxiety, or at least helps me, and it helps me sleep, and it helps me calm down when I'm having panic attacks. So ASMR is very special to me and very important, and I love and need that kind of content in my daily life. So I feel like I want to give back because I consume so much ASMR content that I should also like create that for other people, and I want it to be good, so I'm gonna do my best to learn more about that. I want to improve my English. Like, I can understand English easily, but I can't speak it that well because I don't have much practice, since I don't speak it like daily, and I actually don't speak it with anyone other than you guys, so yeah. Then obviously I want to grow the Little Flame Wisps community. I really want to make my streams and my videos and my tweets and just the community in general very supportive and kind, and I want to be like to have a positive impact in people's lives and in people's like mental health, because I know a lot of you are struggling, and it's so unfair and it's so cruel and it's so sad. But it doesn't have to be awful, and you don't have to be alone. Like, I don't want you to be alone. I want to be there and to try my best to do what I can, which is little, but I will try to do my best to help you just feel better. So I want to write more because I stopped for a while because I don't have much time, but I really want to write more and publish books. Maybe someday I could even publish like a book about like our lore, or a written video, maybe some poems. I don't know. I think it will be fun to do. I want to sing an original song, which means I need to create an original song. I'm okay with like writing poems, so I could write the lyrics of the song. I think it will be harder to like do the melody. So to do this, I would need to have funds, and I would need to find someone to help me with the instrumental part and the mixing part, because I don't know anything about that. But it will be great to do it someday, and I think it will be awesome to like create something truly new. Yeah. And another one of my goals is actually related to why I wanted to become a VTuber, which is make you smile, because the world is hard. Real life is hard sometimes, a lot of times, almost always, and I know it hurts, and I just want to be a single reason, like to make you hope and to make you smile and to just brighten your day, because it doesn't have to be so dark. Yeah, we need to burn, like we are flames, right? You are little flame wisps. We need to burn and just illuminate people. I feel like we should do that. That's our role in the world. Yeah. So, Alice also asks, is there some kind of stream you're not comfortable doing, or that you would prefer people to not ask for? So, this is a bit hard to say because I haven't tried anything yet, but I enjoy lewd content and sexual content, but I don't feel comfortable in doing it, and especially not on stream. So I'm okay with the idea of you lewding me or sexualizing me. I'm okay with that. I just don't know if I can like actively be sexual on stream. Yeah, I don't think I can do that, so please try to not ask for that, because I don't know if I can do not safe for work content right now. Please just understand that, especially if I ever do not safe for work content, which I feel like I probably won't, but my mind can change. Never say never, right? So I feel like I won't do it because right now I don't want to do it, but if I ever change my mind, I will probably do videos and probably like for Patreon or members or something. And I will probably never do streams. I don't feel comfortable doing that. In fact, I don't feel like a very like sensual being. I don't feel that way. I tend to like enjoy more cute things than sexy things, so I'm not even sure if I could like do that properly. So yeah, if possible, don't ask for that kind of content. But I really like fan art, and I'm okay with sexual fan art, including fanfics. So yeah, just do whatever you want with that information. What kind of fandom do you want to expect? I kind of already answered this in my goals, but basically I want to create a fandom of people that are supportive of me and of each other. I want to create a loving place where we can all just be kind to one another and just learn more and grow together and have fun and forget about the world. Just because, yeah, that's what I want. I want to have some nice, comfy place to be happy and to make you happy too. So let's just be happy together in our nice, comfy place where everyone loves us and we don't have a single worry, and we are safe and we are loved. That's the kind of fandom I want and expect. Yeah. So, Francisco Gonzalez asked, I'm curious, will you ever make remix songs with your own voice like Nightmare Music does? I'm not exactly sure of what Francisco Gonzalez is asking here, but I'm already singing, like making covers, right? I would like to make like better covers, because right now it's like just kind of karaoke-ish and amateurish. But to do that, I would need funds, and I would need like to contact and get to know and learn with mixers and musicians capable of handling music editing and sound editing and just creating instrumentals. Yeah, so I would like to do that someday with more like funds to do it. I would like to do it. Just I would like to do like original songs, but I need support of musicians to be able to do that. Jonathan Cowley asked, since you've been practicing singing and seem to enjoy it, do you ever plan on releasing any original songs? Yes. Just as I said in the goals, I really would like to do that. I just need like I need to be able to afford the help I need to make that happen. And the Red Disney Maniac asked 3 questions, all related to Disney. So, the first one, who's your favorite princess? We already talked a bit about her, but Belle is probably my favorite princess, or at least the first one that was my favorite. I love her, how smart she is, how dreamy she is, how kind she is, how selfless she is, and how she is able to look deeper and try to find good in someone that was apparently extremely evil, but she tried very hard to find good in him and to forgive him. And she also saved her father and was really selfless in that. She did her best to connect with all the household items, persons in the house. She's just kindness personified, understanding, accepting personified, and I really like that. And she's also very smart, and her connection to books and literature and fantasy and new worlds to explore and that wish she had of leaving something special is something I really relate with. In a similar note, Rapunzel is also one of my favorites, probably. The second, or like one is like Belle is like the first, and Rapunzel is like the 1.5. It's really close, but I really like Rapunzel because I identify with her a lot. In the fact that she was sheltered growing up. She was kind of not actually sheltered. She was sheltered, but like imprisoned growing up, and she doesn't know much about the world. She doesn't have any experience, and she's just always excited to learn new things and to discover and explore. And she's very artistic too. She has a deeply artistic soul. She likes to observe the world and paint it, and I just feel like her sometimes, because I also had a very like sheltered, imprisoned childhood where I wasn't allowed to do a lot of what I wanted to do, and I didn't leave my house much, and I didn't talk to people much, and there's a lot about the world I don't understand. There's a lot about the world I don't know. And I'm very curious. I love learning, and I love imagining stuff, and I love creating an art. So I also feel very connected to Rapunzel in that way. And also I like her love story too, which is quite nice. And once again, as I said, she's also one of those sheltered girls, and Flynn Rider, I think his real name was Eugene, right? Flynn Rider was the name he used as a thief, but like his real name was Eugene. I think that was... I'm not sure if I'm like saying it backwards, but I think that was it. He's like Aladdin, and he's like Trump in Leading the Trump. So yeah, as I said, like it's the same story told all over again with different clothes and a different scenario. But yeah, I really like Rapunzel too. What's your favorite song, like from Disney, right? So Colors of the Wind is probably my favorite Disney song of all times. I just feel like the message of embracing nature and embracing those different from you, and just accepting and tolerating, and be willing to learn, be willing to be curious and to discover things you are not comfortable with or you don't know much about. I love this song. Everything about it, like all the lyrics make perfect sense to me, and they are literally my life philosophy. Like, embrace nature, be kind to one another, be kind to other creatures, understand that you are just like a small being in this vast universe, and that there is so much you don't know, and you should be excited and willing to learn and willing to grow and willing to not judge others, and to not judge the world and nature, and just embrace things as they are and learn about them before judging. And please don't ever like cause harm, because it makes no sense. We are all connected to each other. We should care about each other. We should take care of one another. I don't know, just Colors of the Wind, it's just perfect. Like the lyrics and the music and the voice and melody and the animation, everything is perfect. So then we also have basically all of the Hunchback of Notre Dame soundtrack, which is great. I have a soft spot for Hellfire, which isn't here, but I really love it. Like the villain of Hunchback of Notre Dame, which I think, like in English, his name is Frodo or Frollo. I need to research that. Give me a second. But I think it is Fro something. I was going to say qualquer coisa, which means something. Yeah. Hunchback of Notre Dame villain. Frollo, yeah, it's not Frodo, it's Frollo, yeah. Sometimes I don't know the names of the characters in English because I watched the movies when I was little in my native language, but yeah, Frollo is the name of the villain of The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and he is probably my favorite villain of all time in Disney, because he is a true villain, like in the sense that he could be real. He is real. There are people like Frollo all around us, like, and that makes him way scarier than any witch and any curse and any like voodoo stuff. Like, I think he's scarier because he is real. People like him exist. The soundtrack of Hunchback of Notre Dame is one of the best from Disney, in my opinion. I really like music related to religion, just because of the instruments that are used. Usually are very powerful. In Portuguese, we say música sacra, which means sacred music. Yeah, church music, it's usually very impactful for me, not because I'm a believer, because I actually not, but because of the way the instruments are used and the emotion the songs convey. Because even that's why I love mythology, actually, and learning about other cultures, because even if you don't believe something, you can find value in it just because other people feel so deeply and strongly about it. Like the human emotion connected to religion is so deep, and that's just it. So emotional. It brings tears to my eyes, even if I don't believe specifically in this or that myself. It's really special, I think. My favorite song, it was hard to pick because I really like all the soundtrack in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, but God Help the Outcasts is probably my favorite, just because it is such a selfless song, and it's about hope, and it's about how people, how desperate everyone is for something. Like, we all wish for something, and we all need something, and sometimes it's a deep need. It's not superficial at all. Sometimes it's something that a piece that is missing from our lives. And it's a beautiful song about how we all are hoping for something, and are praying for something, and are waiting for something. So that kind of connects us all, because we are all humans, and we are all desperately hoping for our lives to change and for things to get better. And some people have shallower, or what we would call shallower, wishes or needs, and other people, like Esmeralda here, they just want peace and love, and just for everyone to be safe. She doesn't ask anything for herself, and that's just beautiful. Like how selfless she is, especially because she's not like, she's a person that has almost nothing, but she feels like she has so much compared to other people she knows that are struggling and suffering. And just everything in this song is just so beautiful, so meaningful, and it's so human. Like all the songs and all the artworks where a human talks to God are just so... It's human nature to like look up and just want to believe that someone out there is gonna help and that something is going to change, because the world is chaotic and we can't get what we want, and we can't get what we need even. And sometimes we just wish there was something and someone there listening and making the world make sense, because sometimes the world doesn't make sense. The world is chaotic, but we just want it to make sense, and we want to help each other, and we want to see the world get better. Yeah. So this song is very special to me too. The last song I chose as a favorite was Under the Surface from Kento, which is the Louisa's song. This song is very meaningful to me also because I suffer from anxiety and from other mental health disorders and mental health issues. And it's very like... it's very... We need to pretend a lot. Like, people that suffer from this need to pretend a lot that stuff isn't bothering us and that we aren't like cracking inside. And the way Louisa sings about this, the pressure she feels, and how she's trying so hard to hide it, but it's cracking and it's destroying her inside. It's just very relatable to people with mental illness, I think. And especially to people with mental illness that are trying to hide their diagnosis, or that they didn't find out their diagnosis yet, and they just think that everyone is like them. Because it's not that's not how stuff works. And yeah, it also is a song that reminds us that sometimes what we see, like the surface level, like what we see when we look at someone, isn't actually what is going on. And sometimes we judge others too harshly, and we have no patience, and we think they are able to handle everything because they are always fine. But most often than not, people aren't that fine, and most people are cracking underneath. Especially today, nowadays, everyone is cracking. Life isn't how it is supposed to be for humans, in my opinion, and everyone is suffering a lot, and everyone is cracking, and we need to be patient with one another, and just help, and just be kind, and just be tolerant, and yeah. So I think a lot of people can relate to Louisa with this song. I do. I certainly do. I know a lot of people in my family do too. And maybe you can relate too. And you will probably relate to the idea of she wants to just be free and calm and not have to worry and not feel that pressure she does feel. And I feel like the world nowadays is all about pressure. It's all about pressuring us to do stuff faster, to do stuff better, to do more, and it's hard. It's just hard. I know it's hard. I understand you. I feel you. It's hard. I'm here. I will try to make it better in the best way I can. So the last question, which park you prefer to go? So I have a slide dedicated to that here. So I have the two. So first of all, I only went to Disneyland Paris because I'm European, I'm Portuguese, so I never went to the parks in the USA or any other place in the world, only to the Paris ones. So I only know those. I have here the two maps of the main parks. So you have the Disneyland, the usual one, and then you have Walt Disney Studios. So Disneyland is my favorite big park, probably. And inside Disneyland, I will probably say, and this is very hard to say, because I love a lot of different rides that are like scattered around the place. Like as a concept, as a like visual place to enjoy, Fantasyland is the best in my opinion because I love folk tales and I love fairy tales. So the way the houses, the buildings are made, the decorations in Fantasyland are very like perfect to what I usually enjoy. The rides, however, are a bit too childish for me. I enjoy the labyrinth, like Alice, the Alice parts. I like the Dumbo flying elephants. I like the Peter Pan slide too. And I like Pinocchio and Snow White, I guess. But as rides, like for adrenaline, they don't do much, right? It's more about the visuals there, the design of the place. So Fantasyland is my favorite for the design. But then probably I will say my favorite for rides is Frontierland. If you if you feel like Frontierland includes like the Thunder Mountain, I think that's the name. I'm not sure if the difference between Frontierland and Adventureland is a bit confusing to me. The Indiana Jones one, I didn't like it that much because I kind of hurt my neck on it. I like the Pirates of the Caribbean. I like the sheep and stuff, but I prefer I think it's called Thunder Mountain, which is about like the mining carts, and it looks very like American, I think. Yeah, I like that one. But my favorite ride in all of Disneyland is the Phantom Manor. Just because I love mansions. I love ghost stories. I love the visuals. I love everything about it. It's great. It's just my aesthetic all over it. I love Phantom Manor, even if it's not like the most exciting ride ever. I just love the place. I really do. Another ride I really like is in Discoveryland, and is like the Space Mountain. I really like adrenaline, so Thunder Mountain and Space Mountain are my favorites. The Indiana Jones one could be, but because I hurt myself in there, I'm a bit like, I feel like they should have more like neck protection in that ride. At least in Paris. I don't know how it is in other places of the world. And then obviously, like, I love Main Street just because I am a collector. There's nothing else to say. I'm a collector. Like, being on Main Street and just exploring all the shops. Great. The castle, the Disney castle, which is like in Paris, the castle is the Sleeping Beauty one. Beautiful. Beautiful, amazing. Yeah, I think I already mentioned like my favorite. I also like the I don't remember the name, but it is like that part where you see like tiny little fairy tale miniatures on a boat. I think it's called like Storybook Land or Storyland or something. It's really cool too. Yeah, I think those are my favorite rides. I used to kind of enjoy It's a Small World, the one with the dolls from all the world. But the last time I went to Disneyland, I only went to Disneyland Paris twice. Once when I was a child, and last year I could not go to It's a Small World. It was closed. I'm not sure if they are going to turn it into something else, so I don't remember that well, so I won't like name it as one of my favorites right now. So in Walt Disney Studios, for me, the high point is definitely the Hollywood Tower of Terror, or Terror Tower. Like, it's just amazing. It's like Phantom Manor if Phantom Manor had more adrenaline. Like, it's very like, the only thing worse or better than the Tower of Terror is Space Mountain. And and I'm not even sure if that's worse, because in Space Mountain I usually close my eyes, or if I don't close my eyes, like, I'm seeing darkness and lasers shooting and stuff, so I don't get that scared. But in the Terror Tower, like, seeing everything so high and then being dropped down full force, it's just unbelievably awesome and scary and awful all at the same time. So yeah, for Walt Disney Studios, I probably enjoy the most for sure the Hollywood Tower, and then maybe the Aladdin carpets. I think the Aladdin ride, which is like the Dumbo one, and the turtle one with the turtles of Finding Nemo. I think those are my favorite rides in Walt Disney Studios. But if you want my opinion, like, Disneyland is the best park, Fantasyland is the best concept, and probably Frontierland, Adventureland, I'm not sure what is exactly the limit between them, but probably I will say Frontierland is the best for rides. If you are very into science fiction, maybe Discoveryland would be the best for rides, because of all the Star Wars themed rides. Not only Space Mountain, but the other one, which I don't recall the name, that has like kind of 3D experience or 4D experience or something. That one, maybe. So yeah, that's my opinion about the Disney parks. I hope to return someday. Not that soon, because I want to forget all about it so I can revisit the magic and like live everything very like strongly again. So yeah, one day I would like to return. So let's keep going, shall we? Traveler asks, who's your favorite character from any game you have played so far? And Rura Taurus, Rura is like a kind, adorable, great dinosaur VTuber that you should definitely check out. Like, she's amazing. I love her. She's so cute. Her laughter, like her giggling, is just so precious. Please check her out. She's a small VTuber that is just starting, so she needs all the love and support she can get. So please check her out. Okay. Well, she asks, who is your favorite character? So I decided to join these 2 questions and answer with 4 of my favorite characters from different kinds of media. So my favorite character from any game I played so far is, without a doubt, Sans from Undertale. Sans, it's just great. Like, his jokes are bad, but they are so bad that they start to become good at some point. He's so smart, he's so funny, he's so quirky, he's so kind, he cares so much about other people, even when he tries to seem like he doesn't, and he's so powerful and so scary. And I just sense. It's hard for me, like, he's probably my favorite male character of all the games I have ever played, and that surprised me because, yeah, like, usually I feel like the female characters are better in games. I'm not sure why, but I just do. Maybe I identify with them more, or maybe I just feel like the male characters are playing on purpose, so like the player can relate to them. I don't know, but Sans has so much personality in him. Like, his puns are great. Like, even the comic Sans, even his name is great. Like, his design is great. He just like, he looks like a chill guy that is extremely like powerful and knowledgeable, and he's so much more than he seems to be, and it's just great. I can't imagine. It's like he could be like a normal dude. I feel like he acts like a normal person, but then he has all that awful dark past, if you can call it past, that dark experience and that knowledge and that burden and that pain and that power. Yeah, he's a very, very, very interesting character for me. Sherlock Holmes is like my favorite character probably of all times. I feel like he inspired actually a lot of characters. Like, for example, I'm almost 100% sure Dr. House from the TV show and the Mentalists. How is called? It was called like Jane something, the protagonist of The Mentalist, and I was going to say maybe even Reed from Criminal Minds, but that one I'm not that sure. But Jane from The Mentalist and Dr. House are definitely inspired by Sherlock Holmes, for sure. In fact, in the case of Dr. House, it's just so obvious. Like, the name, his name is House, then there's Wilson, which is very similar to Watson too, in personality and in, like, name. Like, they obviously made a reference. Sherlock Holmes is just such an influential character, and it was a very important character for me growing up. I read all the books from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle very soon. Then I also read some other books from other like authors that explore the character, that could be like fanfics, we might say, because they use the character in a different context, or they just wrote more stories after Sir Arthur Conan Doyle died. I love the TV shows. I love the Granada TV show. I love the BBC TV show with Benedict. I'm not gonna try to say his last name because I can't. Yeah, just great. Sherlock Holmes is amazing. He is such a deep character. Like, he's a man with a mission. He's a man with a mission of being as rational as possible, but at the same time he's so human, because he can't be. Like, he shows constantly how how human he is, because he actually cares about people. He tries not to. He tries to pretend like he's extremely rational, and he's obviously extremely smart, and it's so engaging to learn how he solves the mysteries, and I love mysteries, so Sherlock Holmes is just perfect for me. But he cares about Watson for sure, and often he like makes decisions that are against the law actually, but he does it to protect other people that he finds would be given an unfair destiny or would be treated unfairly. So he has a moral code, and he clearly cares about people, and he can judge people very, very well. He just likes to pretend he's so cold and so closed off, but it is apparent how much he cares about Watson, and how much some of his decisions are related to protecting other people. So yeah, I love Sherlock Holmes. I love mysteries. I love TV shows about cops and about crimes and about serial killers and about everything. And Sherlock Holmes is just almost the origin of what great detectives are. He's like the best detective ever, and there will never be anyone better than him, I think. Oh, I mentioned earlier that one of my favorite Disney movies that was not on the presentation is Basil the Great Mouse Detective, which is exactly like inspired in Sherlock Holmes. He is Sherlock Holmes, actually. They just changed the name because the character is exactly the same. Watson is even there, and if I'm not mistaken, his name is Watson. Yeah, they didn't even change the name. So yeah, like Sherlock Holmes is just a extremely influential character and great character, and I love him. Then a character that was also very important to me growing up was obviously Hermione Granger, which I used to call Hermione because I didn't know how her name was pronounced. So I hope I didn't pronounce it wrong. But yeah, I love her because she made me feel seen. I was always like not exactly a know-it-all because I was always very insecure, but I loved learning, and I was very annoying about rules, and other people were very annoyed by me all the time. And I just connected with Hermione because it was great how she was able to make friends and just be valued and be valuable, even despite being so annoying and such a rule follower and such like just obsessed with studies. And at the beginning, because I was like that when I was a child, and I wished I could become more like her and grow up a bit and just not follow all the rules all the time and make friends and have fun and try new things. And she's so smart and she is so brave, and she is just a great role model to have, I feel like. And it's also rare, or at least it was at that time, to find like girl characters like her. I don't know, she's just special to me too. And now I have like probably my favorite character from anime. I decided to put her here. There are other characters I like, but I'm gonna talk about them a bit like later. So I wanted to put her here just so I could talk about her, and also because Victor Rick from Gossip is Sherlock Holmes. It's Sherlock Holmes if Sherlock Holmes was a cute anime girl, so what's not to love here? Like, she's adorable, she's so smart, she's exactly like him, so logical and analytical, and she can like read people very easily and figure out stuff, and she's so talented and great and smart and antisocial, and at the same time, she has all the cute moe characteristics of like a lolly cute girl. So she's like, she pouts, she exactly like Sherlock Holmes. Like, I mean, Sherlock Holmes also was kind of childish in the way that he threw some tantrums and stuff. And Victor Rick is exactly the same, but instead of being like a older man, she's just like cute, almost childish like girl, and she is great. Like, I love her. She's a great character, and that anime is great too. It's all about mystery and solving crimes, and her partner is also like very adorable, and their love story is very endearing. So I really recommend this anime if you haven't watched it yet. And if you like stuff like Sherlock Holmes or mystery or crime solving, detective stuff, I think you would like that. So yeah, Victoria is here. She shouldn't actually, because she is Sherlock Holmes, like a female version of him. But I think she's also something more, because she's so like adorable and moe sometimes. But she kind of has her own personality too. She's not like fully Sherlock, obviously. And also, I love her fashion because it is inspired by the Victorian times, which British Victorian like fashion and stuff, which is actually exactly the time in which Sherlock Holmes supposedly, it's not real, but he was supposed to live, if I'm not mistaken. So her fashion is great too. Her outfits in the anime are great. Well, and she lives in a library, so it's fitting. It's fitting. Me and libraries, you guys are seeing the trend here, right? Like Hermione also loves libraries. We are all connected to each other, as I said earlier. So let's move on, shall we? So we come to the question of Nakozaki. Do you have a favorite anime? And I already shared this list, so you can just look at it and read it and embrace it fully. I shared this on Twitter. It had different colors, but the list is the same. Yes, I have favorite anime. I have a lot. And I have so much trouble trying to pick. But here are my favorite anime series, movies, and manga. I haven't read much manga yet. So, and because I chose The Promised Neverland and Shadow's House for the manga, I took them off from the anime because it wouldn't make sense, even though I watched both. So, my favorite anime series of all times is Shiki. Shiki is about vampires, and it's about, in my opinion, human nature and how terrible humans can be, and how often humans think they are superior to other species and find some things other species do as cruel when they do exactly the same to the weaker species than them. Shiki is just a great reflection of what humans are capable of doing, how awful humanity can be, how good humanity can be too, and how usually what we find, right or wrong, it's all about perspective, and we are always only seeing stuff from the human eyes. And if we change the perspective, we will see that right and wrong are not that clear at all. Like, this message is kind of similar to the Promised Neverland one, in my opinion. But Shiki was done first, and also it hit me deeply. Also, I love vampires, so and the art style is very like distinctive. Shiki is very unique in that way. Yeah. Then the second anime I picked was Clannad After Story. I could have put just Clannad because, in my opinion, you can't watch After Story without watching the first one, even if they are very different. Like, you need context, but yeah, most people watch the first season to like have context for the second one. This anime is very special to me for a different reason. It's a slice of life. It has a bit of supernatural in it, but it's essentially a slice of life. The first season is like more like a comedy romance drama. The second one is full on drama. But it's not usually the kind of stuff I would rate as my favorites, because I usually prefer horror, mystery, psychological things. The thing is, not only kind of made me cry for weeks, but also I watched it in a specific moment of my life, and I really relate to Nagisa a lot, because I experienced similar things with health problems and with being unable to like finish school, even though I wanted a lot. I had trouble finishing school because of my health problems. So Nagisa, and the way she deals with it, and the way she keeps on smiling despite the pain, and she keeps like bringing joy to everyone and being adorable and just being perfect, it's so special to me. It's so special. She's just such an inspiration. So yeah, Planet After Story is very important to me, and I relate to it a lot. And it was watched in a very specific, important moment of my life, and I will never forget how Nagisa was a role model for me and how much I identified with her. Yeah. And the third one I want to talk about is Madoka Magica. As you can see, I chose Omura to illustrate this just because Madoka Magica is great. All the characters are great. Like, this story is great. I love creepy cute stuff. So I love mixing dark and light. I love mixing cute and evil, and I loved the unexpected turn of events, which now it isn't unexpected anymore. Like, but Madoka was one of the first ones to do it. And I also I love Omura. She's my probably first or second favorite character of all times, because it's just another level of pain. It's another level of pain, another level of pain and strength to endure what she did and keep going. And with that goal in mind of saving someone truly special for you and dedicating your life, your existence, your many existences, to your many lives, to trying over and over and over again without giving up. And even after seeing awful things happen over and over again, this was done later with ReZero, and this was done earlier probably with Igarashi, but Madoka had its special place in my opinion. And I love magical girls. I love the magical girl aesthetic. I love horror. I love psychological stuff. And so mixing those elements was very unusual at the time. Now it's not anymore, but it used to be. So that mix was just perfect for me. So yeah, about Igarashi, I can say a lot. I can't say a lot because I'm gonna spoil, but it's probably the best horror anime I have ever watched. It's just awesome. The first season is confusing and it's a bit annoying because of that, but just wait. And yeah, Rika and Omura kind of have some similarities in my opinion, because of the pain, the specific kind of pain they have to face and yeah. I just want to say, like, anime about time and time loops, and it's just great. So please, if you haven't watched these animes, please check them out. I think you will probably enjoy it, especially if you like stuff like horror, psychological stuff, and in the case of Planet After Story, if you are ready to cry, or if you need to cry and you are unable to cry right now because you can't like let it out, just watch Planet After Story because you're gonna cry. Yeah. So just to end this, about my favorite anime movies. Perfect Blue is my favorite, but it's really hard to explain. Because you need to watch it. It's an experience, but I think Oshinoko, which is the new anime that's like going on. I'm not sure if it's already finished, about idols and all the dark stuff behind it. Well, Perfect Blue did it earlier as a movie, and it's a very like psychological horror. It's very good. Grave of the Fireflies, it's a Ghibli movie that you should only watch if you are okay with like having your heart broken by reality, because Grave of the Fireflies is reality, and it's just pure, cruel, awful, disgusting reality of war. So yeah, if you are ready for that, go for it. I only watched it once, and I will never watch it again, but it is one of my favorites because it is extremely impactful, and it deserves to be one of my favorites, and it should be watched by everyone, I think, but you need to be able to handle it, so be prepared. And Alice Moving Castle, it was the first Ghibli movie I ever watched, or Ghibli. I'm not sure if you say Ghibli or Ghibli, but yeah, I love Ghibli movies, and Alice Moving Castle was a special experience because it was the first one I watched. It's also about love and loving imperfection and finding meaning in life and just finding your place, and it's a very deep movie with a lot of war-related themes too, and it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful, and it also has another like strong female character that is extremely like selfless, and she's just the true hero of that movie. And it's very interesting actually, because the other character that is extremely more powerful than her, it just is saved by her more often than not, because of how just strongly willed she is. She's very strong in her soul. Yeah, she's the moving force of the movie for sure. And he, despite of all of his powers, is a broken man that needs fixing, and needs love and needs help. It's a very beautiful story. Beautiful story about, once again, kindness, love, understanding, being strong for other people and for yourself, and keep going. Yeah. More questions. Nakozaki also asks my favorite food. So my favorite food is lasagna, and I love Italian food, so everything with pasta and pizza I really like. Favorite drink is Coca-Cola. I think some of you call it Coke, not sure. Yeah, that's my favorite drink. I love it. I drink it all the time, and probably way more than I should. And then Riley Alden asks, do you have a favorite color? And that's a hard question to answer because I'm not sure. Like, I like black because black goes well with everything. But black at the same time doesn't have much personality, I feel like. I used to not like pink that much, but I like pink more now. Soft pink especially. Not like... not dark pink, but soft pink. I like magenta since I saw like Yona's hair from Akatsuki no Yona that I showed earlier. And I like white for the same reason I like black, because they are opposites and they go well with each other and they go well with everything. But I would say my favorite color of all is probably purple. Yeah, my favorite color would be purple, or maybe a soft pink, very soft pink. Yeah, I think that's my final answer. But I'm not like very like picky with colors, and I think that you can like make them work. It just depends on the day and the context and the message you wanna convey, and yeah, I think. But those four, like soft pink or pink in general, black, white, and purple are for sure my favorite colors, and you can see that in my model actually, and in like everything I do. I usually use those colors a lot, not because I'm thinking about it, but because I like it. Yeah. Let's keep going. Shall we? So, Starshade Gaming asks, how would you feel... did I skip something? No, okay. Starshade Gaming asks, how would you feel about having a Discord server to interact with your audience a bit more? I would feel... I think it is a great idea. The only reason I haven't done it yet is because I'm not really, like, good at creating Discord servers. I created, like, one in my life, and I didn't, like, use much bots or different, like, channels, and I'm not, like, that good at managing stuff like that. But I wanna do that someday when I have the chance, and I think it would be a great place, not only so I could interact with you more, but also to give you like a chance to interact with each other more easily. Because I feel like we have a little supportive community that would be beneficial to a lot of people. So yeah, I would really enjoy to have a Discord server where you all could just hang out with me or with each other and be supportive of each other and kind and just have fun. Yeah. And then Hakazulu asks, this one is a little spicy. Oh, what's a game that you dislike it but is generally well liked? So, to answer this question, I actually chose not only 2 games but also 2 characters that are usually liked and I dislike them. The games are Counter-Strike Global Offensive and Grand Theft Auto, so GTA and CSGO. This happens not because the games are bad, because I didn't even try them, I don't wanna try them, but it's because I don't like weapons that much. I like playing mages, and I like magic, and I like fantasy. So if the main draw of a game is a weapon, I would probably not want to play it. The only exception to this for me so far has been Overwatch, and that's because even though there are guns, like you have other skills to use too, which are more like magic, and I don't know, it's just more colorful and it has like more interesting characters, and it isn't all about killing other people, it's about like defending stuff, and I don't know, I just feel like first person shooters are not usually my kind of games. It's rare for me to want to play a first person shooter, and so if I play a first person shooter, it's because of the story, the lore, like BioShock or something, or it's because I like the characters, like Overwatch, where I love Diva. She's adorable and I just love her. But like in Counter-Strike or GTA, that isn't the case. I'm not that interested. So I wouldn't say I hate them because I haven't tried them. So I can't hate something I never tried, but I don't want to try them. So I kind of dislike them. Yeah. And about characters, there are 2 League of Legends characters that I can't stand. The first one is Spike. The reason is simple. Like, he is a support that shouldn't exist. I'm being mean. He isn't a support. He's an assassin in a support role, which doesn't make any sense in my mind. And also is annoying. He has everything like other champions have that are annoying. Like, he can push people, he can become invisible, and his ultimate makes it extremely easy for him to just kill like several people in a row with almost zero effort. And it annoys me because I don't feel like a champion like him should be in the support role. I don't like him there. I don't want him there. That may be also related to the fact that I play support, so I don't play Pyke, so I need to go against him often if I don't ban him, and he annoys me. I don't want him in bot lane. I just don't want him. He's ugly, he's mean, I don't like him. And then we have Yasuo, which is kind of an odd pick because a lot of people love him and a lot of people hate him, and I'm not sure if there are more people hating him or loving him. But yeah, I don't like Yasuo, not because he's edgy, he is, but that's not my problem with him. And it's not because of his mobility either, which is also annoying, but like in League of Legends nowadays, everyone is mobile, so I mean, the older champions are not, and they're kind of dying off because of it, but most of them are. It's not about that. For me, I hate the windshield. I just hate, because I play mage and I need usually to just eat skill shots. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. It's so annoying how much the windshield can stop. And so yeah, I don't like it at all. Moving on. Red Dragon asks, when you made the decision to become a VTuber, did you already have a style and concept in mind? Are you similar with your model when it comes to hobbies and things you like to do in your free time? So, this question is very interesting. I already kinda answered part of this. So, yes, when I decided to become a VTuber, I already knew I wanted to have a connection with mythology and I wanted to have a connection with fallen angels. Also, I already knew I like some kind of like goth, wizard, magician, Lolita, gothic Lolita style. So my final model isn't done yet because I can't commission it right now. I can't afford it. But my outfit / fashion inspiration is Erebush from Azerlin, which you can see here. So this is the kind of outfit I imagine my character to use, with a little cape with space for the ears and a little dress and probably tie-high socks, and the sleeves will be a bit longer than these ones, but yeah, she has the vibe I want to I want to have to, and I already knew I wanted that kind of gothic Lolita vibe, just because it's the kind of fashion that I love and that I would actually wear every day if I could. So yeah. Then I also knew I wanted someone who looked a bit like Yona from Akatsuki no Yona, which we already mentioned, just because she is pretty similar to me in real life. So I just wanted to be a bit based on her and her color palette. Am I similar to my model? Yes. Physically, yes, and obviously in hobbies and everything else too. Like, I may not be as positive as my character, or as I will try to be with my character. I may slip up sometimes, just because life hurts. but I will do my best, try to be nice and nice. I am always, but positive. My major problem is staying positive and not being self-defeating and not being too insecure and not like bringing myself down so much. That's my major problem, and I will try to change that, because I want my character to be positive to everyone, and everyone should include me. Being kind to everyone should include me. So I think I want to change that about myself. And while I change that about myself, I will also like put that on my character and my model. So yeah, in real life, I have hair painted reddish. I would say red. Dark red maybe. My eyes are green, my skin is white, and my hair is wavy, so a bit curly on the ends, but mostly wavy. So as you can possibly imagine, in most things I'm similar with my model, and that's why I relate so much. However, like, just being able to be an anime girl is just great. And about hobbies and personality and everything I do in my free time, like my model and myself are the same in that sense. So yeah. Another interesting like inspiration I have for my VTuber design was I knew I wanted to be a mage. Or at least have magical powers, so I knew that from the start. And like, controlling fire was just natural, because I am a fire sign. I'm a Leo, and I also almost always choose fire mages in most games. Not on World of Warcraft, but in most games I do like fire. And I love Annie from League of Legends, and there is a skin which isn't this one. There's an older one which also has like purple fire, which is Goth Annie. This one is Fright Night Annie. This one has more like of a Tim Burton kind of style. I love them both, and I love purple fire. I just think it's just great. So I knew I wanted to have magical powers and be able to control fire. I knew that I wanted the fire to be spiritual, because I wanted to connect it more with the mythology, with angels and souls and the foxes, also the kitsunes. So it would make sense if it was spiritual. And I knew I wanted it to be purple, because I love purple, and I think purple fire is just such a great aesthetic. And I had that inspiration from the Annie skins from League of Legends. So the animal one, the animal part was the biggest trouble I had, because I had a lot of trouble deciding which animal I should be. I ended up choosing the fox, because I think there is a darker side to me that is more similar to a fox. And also because the fox is very like related to folk tales and folklore and mythology, and it just made more sense. But my favorite animal is the red panda. So I was also considering being a red panda, which ended up not happening because I just don't think I'm positive and cute enough to be a red panda. Like, red pandas are too cute. They are just adorable, and I could not. I'm not worthy of being a red panda. However, like, maybe someday I will like commission an outfit like a onesie or some pajama or something referencing red pandas because I love them so much, or a plushie. I don't know, like I really love them. It just didn't make as much sense because I don't feel like I have the perfect personality for that. And also the fox, it just makes more sense in the mythology part. Safe Cargo asks, do you believe in aliens? And I really like this question. It's an interesting question. Yes and no. It depends on what you mean. I'm gonna drink a bit of water. Do I believe in humanoid aliens? No. Do I believe in life outside of Earth? Yes, just because the universe is so huge, so vast. It's in my opinion, it's almost impossible that life didn't develop somewhere else too. Oh, my like the lid of my water bottle fell. I'm sorry, but as I was saying, the universe is so vast that I'm pretty sure life exists somewhere else, not only on Earth. So yeah, there is extraterrestrial life. Is that life intelligent? I don't know. And if it is, it probably is not in the way we are. It's probably developed some other way, but I'm pretty sure there must be like several life forms outside of the Earth. I'm not sure if they are intelligent. I'm not sure if they would fit our definition of intelligence. And I'm almost 100% sure they are not humanoids. They exist, they just aren't what we think they are. Like, they aren't a green humanoid, big-eyed. And another question related to this, will they ever, like, contact us? I think it is highly unlikely. I can't understand why they will do that. Like, they would only do that if they developed in a way where they thought like us. And they wanted to, like, find other life forms. But I don't feel like that's likely. I feel like that's very unlikely. And I'm almost 100% sure if they are going to contact us, which I don't think they will, because I don't even think they are humanoid or anything we can even imagine. But if they ever do, like, they didn't do it yet. I don't believe we have any contact with aliens yet. But who knows? I'm not sure. I'm agnostic, so I'm always like, who knows? Like, I'm not sure. I'm open to wondering. And I like fantasy and magic and science fiction and stuff like that. So if that happened, it will be cool. Will that happen? I doubt. So, moving on. And we reached the final question, which isn't actually a question. This new asks, how do you do? Which I know it's like a way of greeting, right? But I kind of feel like it's a bit to ask me how I feel too. So I'm really happy to have been able to share all of this video. I'm sorry if I was boring. I kind of ranted a bit about the stuff I enjoy, but that's just because I don't have much like opportunity to talk to you, and I kind of like delayed this video a bit, and I thought you deserved to listen to me ramble and stuff, but if it's a bit uninteresting, I'm sorry. I just wanted to like give you the most genuine and the most like in-depth answers I could, because I think you guys deserve it, because you have been supporting me so much, so much, and even without me streaming, I just wanted you to like get to know me truly a bit better, and I feel like I hope I was able to do that today. So I'm feeling very happy, very grateful, very tired, very glad that you're here. Thank you so much for like all the questions. If you have more someday, I'll feel love to like answer them. I hope this made you like feel like you know me a bit better. And yeah, I decided to end this presentation with these two cute gifts. You must have realized I like gifs, right? I don't know. I feel like images like with movement they just show better. They convey emotions better, and they are just cute. I like gifs. So yeah, this character is Misuzu from Air TV, which is anime series which I also love, and she's similar to Nagisa in many ways, and I also relate to her a lot, and I hope if you know her, you know what I mean. If you don't know her, like, just know I'm trying my best to like be your light. Sometimes to make you smile, sometimes to be with you, sometimes, and sometimes it just hurts and I can't, but I will improve and I will be an angel for you all. And thank you so much for all the support, my little flame wisps. Thank you for all the questions. I love them. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being here. And I hope to see you very, very soon, okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, my little flame wisps. I love you. Have a lovely day, okay? Bye-bye.